Have you ever wondered what it really means to be called by God? Is it a specific task or mission? Or is it something deeper? Today, we'll uncover the truth that God's call isn't primarily about what we do for Him. It's about who He is in us and how our lives overflow with devotion to Him. Galatians chapter 1 verses 15 and 16 says, "But when God, who from my mother's womb set me apart and called me by His grace, was pleased to reveal His Son in me so that I could preach Him among the Gentiles." You see, the call of God is not primarily a call to a specific task or service. Instead, it's a reflection of His nature being revealed in us. When we come into contact with God, we might feel stirred to do something for Him. But the deeper reality is that His call is an expression of who He is, not what we do. Any service we offer is simply an overflow of our devotion to Him. Paul explained this beautifully in Galatians chapter 1. God's call to Paul wasn't about assignment or assigning him a task. It was about revealing Jesus within him. Paul's preaching to the Gentiles was not the primary call. It was the natural outcome of God's work in his life. Paul's life became a living expression of God's nature, and his service was the overflow of his relationship with Him. Service to God flows out of our love for Him. It's not something we are forced to do or even something we are directly called to. It's the natural response of a heart that is captivated by His love. When God reveals Himself to us, His nature transforms us, and we find ourselves serving Him in everyday life, not out of obligation, but out of devotion. Service is a deliberate act of love. It's an offering from a heart that has heard the call of God and desires to respond. Our service reflects who God is in us, and it is tailored to the way He has designed us. The Son of God reveals Himself within us, and through that relationship, we serve Him in the ordinary and extraordinary moments of life. So here's our life application point today. Take a moment to reflect on your relationship with God. Are you serving Him out of obligation, or is your service an overflow of your devotion to Him? And ask to reveal His nature in you, and let your love for Him guide your actions, whether it's in big tasks or small daily moments. Let your service be a response to the profound call of His grace and His love in your life.